Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Yasharala. Wanted to do this car chronicle to discuss wisdom. And why are we here to discuss wisdom? Because Israel seems to be under a mistaken impression that there's something we can do to get out of here faster. Which I'm going to be honest with you. If you think that there's anything you can do to get out of here faster, then you don't believe that the Most High controls everything. What we're doing is we're giving all diligence to make our election sure, or more sure. Because we don't even know if we the elect. We don't know if we're the ones getting out of here. You know, but the Lord has a time and date when he's going to restore the kingdom of Israel to Israel. There's nothing you can do to make it speed up. The only thing you can do, which is what we all should be doing, is trying to make sure that because everything starts from within. That's what true wisdom is. True wisdom is not looking out at brothers and saying they're not doing what they need to be doing. Are you doing what you need to be doing? That's what the battle starts from within. And that's wisdom. You know, a lot of brothers come into this thing and they get burnt out doing the wrong thing. A lot of brothers come into this faith and get burnt out watching other camps and talking about other brothers. When what they really need to be doing is reflecting and saying to, you know, and asking themselves, is this a finished product to get into the kingdom of heaven? There's nothing wrong at all with rebuking others when they're doing wrong, when they're actually doing wrong. Well, let it be that. Let it be some wrong that they actually are doing, not, you know, being a jerk and being a busybody and getting involved in everybody else's business and you know. No, what you need to be doing is being meek and humble and reflecting on yourself, humbling yourself, making sure that you are doing the things and you are being the way that you need to be to make it into the kingdom. Because you have to look at yourself and ask yourself, am I the type of ruler? Can I be trusted with an entire kingdom? The governing body is 144,000. And that 1/3 is also going to be over the 2/3. So you got to ask yourself, are you worthy as a leader? Because you can administer judgment. Because it's funny, Israel, we always talk about killing people. Everything is about death. What about when it's time to be merciful? What about when it's time to actually look at somebody's actions and actually, you know, balance them out? You know, because if you leave it in the hands of some Israelites, you leave it in the hands of some Israelites, everybody's head gets chopped off. And it's funny, the ones that don't get their head chopped off, those are probably the most corrupt ones. We got to be very careful with this lack of balance in Israel. Because until we fix ourselves, we're not going to get the kingdom. Until we stop being worried about stupid shit, we're not going to get in the kingdom. We're not even fit for the kingdom. And this isn't an attack or even a subliminal at any one particular group. This is literally, you know, looking at the state of affairs in Israel. You have to really look at us as a nation and ask yourself, with all this shit that we're doing, are we fit for the kingdom? Think about it. Do we have enough mercy? And do we have enough ability to administer judgment when it needs to be administered? Because it's not all mercy. Don't get it twisted. You're not gonna have an orderly kingdom with all mercy. Heads will have to roll. Heads will have to get chopped off to get us there. Whether it's figurative or literal. And the literal, of course, is when we're after we've already been saved and this kingdom's already fallen. Or even in the process of, by things happening in the world. Like the MOTB. But what happens is a lot of you dudes are too overeager for the kingdom. Listen, you have to have patience for this kingdom. You still have to teach and you have to do the work and everything that is required of you. But you have to know that this is a labor that may last your entire lifetime. You got to be prepared to even die here. Nobody really wants that. We want the kingdom now, but let's keep it a buck. How many of us would really be ready for it if it happened now? A lot of us are not ready for this, man. A lot of us are not ready for the kingdom. You're burning yourselves out now, man. This is what I'm trying to tell brothers, man. Don't be too overeager right now. Understand that the answer and the things that we're working towards are going to come on the Lord's time, not our time. If I were like you guys, I probably would have fell out a few years in. And I have been. Don't get it twisted. I was one of those. I used to go to work, and work used to be camp. I used to practically I used to work at a supermarket, and it's dead smack in a community where you have Seth Boyden and Dayton Street projects right there. You had what's the one, Elizabeth Pierce Manor. You had huge Portuguese population, a Haitian population. You had Amalek was right there. Like, there's about 2 or 3 synagogues within walking distance. Well, for the one in Hillside, it would probably be a longer walking distance, but you have 2 or 3 synagogues that were within walking distance of that job. So you know that I used to have tons of opportunities to talk to Amalek. And I used to wear this big ass silver shield of David. And I used to have that that Israelite cockiness. Like, yeah, I'm the real Jew. I'm this, I'm that. And it took for me to grow up and wise up to realize that that's not wise. You're not going to last long. So many times I almost got fired for being overzealous back at Stop and Shop. Until later on, something in life clicked. Because it didn't get no better when I was with Zabak's camp. In fact, it got worse. And I'm not knocking Zabak character or nothing regarding that. But I am going to say that we got to grow up past that shit, man. There's so much more to the scriptures than what's your nationality. Oh, you're Scottish? You're condemned. There's so much more to it than that, man. You might be dealing with a person that says that they're Scottish, but their great-great-great-great-grandfather could be Israel. You don't know that. The best way to go about it is just teach. The Spirit will sift who's who. Because you got a lot of Israelites that don't look like Israel. We're sitting here fighting among each other. And that's another thing too, man. Israelites got to learn how to not fight among each other. We go in the scriptures about can 2 walk together lest they be agreed, and that basically means, you are automatically my enemy. You're automatically my enemy if we don't see eye to eye. No, it's not the way it has to work. is not the way it has to work. You know, we need to learn how to actually be brotherly and actually have love for one another, regardless of whether we're in the same camp, whether we believe the same thing. It doesn't mean we have to congregate together, though. That's where I draw the line. But it doesn't mean that you see a brother, you don't at least say shalom, hey, how you doing? You know, be brotherly, you know. Because you know what? There's going to come a time when those Israelites that believe that Cornelius is an Edomite may repent and be like, yo, I was fucking up all them years, man. Just like I did. I was taught Cornelius was an Edomite. I wasn't even taught heathen. I was taught straight Edomite. I was taught Friday sundown, Saturday sundown, Sabbath. So many things I was taught that would turn out to be wrong. And look, you know what? I'm not going to knock them for it, because Zabak, he believes in the Friday sundown, Saturday sundown, Sabbath, but he also practices it. You know, they genuinely are misled into believing that the Sabbath is Friday sundown and Saturday sundown every week. You know, it's not to hate them. It's they don't know no better, you know? Separate that from the ones that do know better. Yeah, you got men out there, you know, it's like we're taught to look for the worst in each other. That's the problem with us, man. We're taught to, if a brother believes something different than you, you look at him like he's the devil. You look at him with hatred and say, you're the reason why we're still in this kingdom. No, you having that mentality is part of the reason. Because I'll be honest with you, man. Some of the most brotherly Israelites I know are not in my camp. You got a lot of brotherhood in my camp, but you got Israelites out there, man, that have such beautiful spirits and take great care for their brothers, man. And you can't you can't teach that, man. You know, because the scriptures are really about love at the end of the day. Love Israel. Love your brother. Love your neighbor, man. That doesn't mean to hate him because he teaches something different than you. And don't get it twisted either. I'm not saying be his best friend. You know, or if you're his best friend, at least understand that the doctrine divides you. You know, I have two friends that are former, they used to be Israelites. I mean, they still are, you know, by blood, but they used to be like me. They used to practice, this truth, go to camp and everything. They no longer do so. Something in their mind later made them believe this wasn't the truth. Do I hate them for it? No. I hope and pray that at one point or another, they come back before it's too late. But these are solid friends that have been friends. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's more important for them to be in the faith, but I'm not going to look down on them as people because they don't believe what I believe no more. Because you never know. The type of mercy you have, you're going to receive. If you're that merciless and you're like, no, fuck that. Oh, they're not in the truth. You know, a lot of brothers get bitter for no fucking reason. A lot of you dudes that are too overzealous, too over-righteous, you're going to be the ones that are going to burn yourselves out of it. Why do you think the truth is such a revolving door? Because you have basically three types of men coming into this faith. Men that hate the world too much, to the point where you damn near got to watch them before they turn into a damn terrorist and strap up a bomb to the... Now, I don't think they would actually do that, but they're that wild where you got to watch what the fuck they do. And then you got men that don't care enough, that just, they may see this as the truth, but they're not, they're too, they're lukewarm. And then you got men that are going to learn, listen, grow, pace themselves out. You know, and you could turn from one to the other, because I was the first category, not literally like terrorism type shit, but I hated the society so much and the things that I saw, you know, that you know what I'm saying, the hatred was just bubbling, you know what I'm saying? And then I grew up. And then I realized, like, yo, this thing is coming on the Lord's time, not my time. And you know what? I don't know who's an Israelite, who's not, until I deal with them and get and vibe with their spirit. And, you know, and even if that's the case, they might still not be Jake. I might just be fooled. You know, how many brothers come into faith and then you come to find out that they're another nation and they left, you know, or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? We're here to fix ourselves. That's what we're here in this truth to fix. First, fix yourself. Fix the hatred and the problems that you got going on inside yourself. If you're a brother that looks at women to lust after them, how the fuck dare you talk shit about me looking worldly? And I'm not pointing the finger at any particular brother, because I don't know, you know, unlike others, I'm not going to say that I know you. You know what I'm saying? When I really don't. But if you're a man that's like that, how the fuck dare you talk about what I look like as opposed to what you are like? You see what the difference is? It's about what you are like, not what you look like. You know, if a man dresses like a woman, yeah, that's a problem. If a man dresses feminine, wears a man purse, yeah, that's a whole nother story. But when you know, if a man dresses, you know, quote unquote fly, what's the problem with that? What I eat don't make you shit. If anything, you might want to be my friend, because I might loan you one of my Versace shades or something. You might go on a cruise or something. You know what I'm saying? You want to look your best, and oh shit, you know, you sure I got a gang of shades? Let me, you know, whatever. If anything, you know, but to talk shit about how I look is off. You're off for doing that shit. You know, a lot of brothers in this faith really are not humble, man. That's the thing about it. Like, you can sit here and talk about how a brother looks, but you've never built with the brother to see, you know, how he's grown. You know, at one point in this faith, man, I had to realize that I don't know nowhere near what I need to know to make some of the judgments that I've made. You know, we have to get to that level of humility. Right now is not our time to judge. Right now is our time to, if anything, judge ourselves. Fix what's wrong with you. Then you can talk about what's wrong with others. You still shouldn't be talking about what's going on with others. I'm going to keep it 100, man. We're too much involved in shaming each other and hurting each other. We need to be more involved in practicing this faith, doing what we need to do so we can be saved and we can be looked upon favorably by the Most High, man. Not be an asshole and hate your brother. Rappers do. You want to talk about worldly? Rappers do that shit. Oh, you're not from here. You know, you're not from my gang. You're not from my set. Jeezy and Gucci Mane and fucking, you know, this one and that one. You know, instead of being more concerned with serving the Heavenly Father, we want to sit here and curse each other out and be like, I'm right and you're wrong. And because you're wrong, you're an evil scumbag that's going to die. The Lord's going to kill you. We're worried about killing when we should be worrying about having mercy and obtaining mercy. Because it's crazy. What Bible are you dudes reading out here that don't have no mercy in your heart, man? What Bible are you dudes reading that's doing YouTube videos on one another? What Bible are you reading? I read the Bible that says you talk to your brother. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to say, am I reading the wrong Bible, but are we reading a different Bible is my question. Because to me, it would look like we are reading different Bibles. You know, it's that brothers don't realize that the scriptures are harmonious. You know, a lot of brothers, they use the scriptures against the scriptures, man. That's how you know who don't know the scriptures. Dudes that don't know, you know, because they're pulling scriptures to try to basically cut the scriptures. Scriptures tell you to do certain things, but when you tell them why you ain't do that, they'll just turn it into a shouting match. That's the problem. Too much pride and arrogance and ego. So you can say whatever you want about the way I look. I don't have pride, I'm not arrogant, and I don't have an ego. I don't think I'm the shit for no reason. What reason do I have to think I'm the shit? Because I've been in this faith 22 years. That's 22 years where I've also made a lot of mistakes and done things wrong. So I don't have any pride or ego because of that. 22 years has humbled me in this faith. You know? Because you do got men out there that be like, oh, I've been in the truth X amount of years. I'm not pretending. I'm not, listen. I'm in it to win it, bro. And I pray that you brothers out there win too, man. And what's winning? Salvation. When the Lord put a crown upon your head, man. I literally pray for my enemies, man. I don't give a fuck how much you hate me. You hate me because you don't know no better. You know, you hate one another. Like, I'm not the only one you hate. You brothers hate because you probably see something in me you don't see in yourself. And you don't know what it is, so you automatically think wickedness. You know, but real talk, man. I love Israel, bro. I don't give a damn what camp you from, like I said. I look at the content of the character. A lot of us are misled or have been misled. Brothers had patience with me when I didn't understand the Cornelius. Well, some brothers did. Some brothers was assholes and fucking made a public spectacle of it when they realized I didn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But other brothers are good brothers, man, and had patience with me. You know, I had to accept it for myself. You know, but you know what it is? You have too many brothers that want to outsmart you. And that was kind of what stunted my growth. Because every time I dealt with a brother that believed in the Sabbath, nobody was really, I'm talking about with one-on-one dealings, nobody was really explaining it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was really like, yo, this is, you know, brothers was just trying to cut me. Instead of taking it as a competition, take it as, no matter how long I've been in the faith, I need to learn this, or needed to learn this. Now I know it. Now I can explain it to others. I have a female friend that asks me, how do you break it down? How do you break down the lunar Sabbath? I said, simple. Take the same scriptures that you were taught about the Friday sundown, Saturday sundown, and take the calendar out of it. And then you will easily understand. And she got it like that. This is an Israelite woman that's been in the faith at least 10 years. doing the Sabbath from Friday, Sunday to Saturday, Sunday. And once I found out that she had ears to keep the Sabbath the right way on the right day, it was a simple ass explanation. And from that point forward, she got it. I don't even have to hit her. There's no different scripture you got to pull on somebody. It's as simple as the same scriptures that tell you about the Sabbath, but just take the calendar out of everything. And you will understand it much better that way. You know, but Israel just wants to compete. Israel wants to cut. Oh, I know more scriptures than you. Listen, I'm not beef for that, bro. I would rather somebody that lives by them than talks about them. I don't care if you could cut everybody and their mother. I care what type of character you have. And when I read the scriptures, from what I see, Yahushua cares more about that than you being able to cut everybody and being smarter than everybody. Oh, I can outsmart everybody. Okay. You outsmart everybody, but at the end of the day, you're still a scumbag. You still have hatred in your heart for your brother. You still have adultery in your heart. You still look upon a woman and want to smash automatically without getting to know if she's even married or not. Why are you back here beeping like the motherfucker that's holding up traffic can hear you? Dumbass. Things that make you think, like, you know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers be way 10 cars back and beeping. Like the person that's actually in the front of this lane can hear you. But anyway, I digress. But ultimately, man, you know, for you Israelites out there, you young brothers, and even you seasoned brothers, man, you know, we have to learn how to be spiritual, really spiritual. Really spiritual. Not that bullshit, you know, that carnal version of spirituality that you're listening to. But really spiritual. And really do things according to the Spirit. And really match up your actions and your ways to that of the scriptures. And then you will grow. You will grow. You will, as long as you remain humble, you will grow. The problem is remain humble. Don't think you know so much more than everybody. I can tell you, I never profess to be the deepest in the scriptures or anything like that. You know, I'm just a servant working for his penny. That's it, man. I'm not trying to be better than you. I'm not this, I'm not that. You know, but what I do have, you know, what I can brag about, well, I can't really brag about it, but what I can tell you about myself is that I'm lowly enough to understand that I'm not better than anybody in this faith. I'm not above nobody. I mean, for the sake of order, yes, you know, you have men that, you know, if I say, hey, you got to do this, they'll do it. You know, but it's not to make me feel better about myself. It's not about being arrogant. You know, it's about serving, man. It's about serving the Lord. You know, and how do you serve the Lord? You serve the Lord the way he served the people. You serve the Lord. You have to serve the Lord as if you're an extension of him, meaning the way he governed and dealt with the people, that's the way you should. What did he do? What are some of the biggest things that Yahushua did in his ministry? He pulled the cards of all the leaders of the people that were you know, doing, you know, out there blaming everybody and telling everybody, oh, we're going to kill you and all this, right? All the Pharisees and all that judged according to the law, not according to, you know, the full law, the complete law, which was what he brought. Because you had a lot of niggas that was adulterers putting to death adulterers. And the adulterers that put to death the adulterers were the worst adulterers there. They were worse than the actual motherfuckers physically, because they were more perverse in their mind. You know, you can't have a perverse person judging people. You know, but that's too deep for some of y'all, man. Some of y'all not really, you know, spiritual enough to understand what I'm trying to say. But with that, I'm gonna say shalom.